Greetings, everyone. This is your boy, Brother Brian Hilliard, coming back to you with some words of encouragement. And the encouraging word that I want to speak to you all on is there are times when you must separate from individuals. There are times when you must separate from individuals. A lot of times some people tend to get into their feelings when you're no longer communicating with them, or you just may not be as close as you once was or once were. For many reasons, life happens. Life takes over. You may be starting a family, career, advancement in your career. Whatever the case is, there are times where some relationships just aren't meant to last for a long period. There are times when God brings people into your life for the duration of time while you're here on earth. For some people, it's just for a short time. And there are times when you must separate, and who knows, relationships may mend over time when you come back. But whatever the case is, you should never be in a situation where if you separate, it should be hatred or animosity or nastiness just going on. It should always be amicable, respectful. And so the short lesson is coming from Acts of the Apostles, the 15th chapter, starting at the 36th verse. And I'm reading from the New Living Translation. And here's what the word says. After some time, Paul said to Barnabas, "Let's go back and visit each city where we previously preached the word of the Lord to see how the new believers are doing." All right. So dealing with Gentiles, dealing with individuals who didn't know Jesus. And so Paul mentioned to Barnabas, hey, let's go back. Barnabas agreed and wanted to take along John Mark. But Paul disagreed strongly. And here's why he disagreed. From his experience, since John Mark had deserted them in Pamphylia and had not continued with them in their work, their disagreement was so sharp that they separated. They couldn't agree on if they wanted to take John Mark. Barnabas wanted to, the Apostle Paul didn't. So Barnabas took John Mark with him and sailed to Cyprus. Paul chose Silas, and as he left, the believers entrusted him to the Lord's gracious care. Then he traveled throughout Syria and Cilicia, strengthening the churches there. So understand this. There are going to be times where you have to agree to disagree, and that's all fine. The point is the focus. Barnabas took John Mark, Paul chose Silas, and guess what? The work of the Lord was still being accomplished. Our focus should always be, do not let isms and schisms distract you from what God is trying to get you to do. Many times Satan wants to throw a monkey wrench into the program, getting us fighting against one another, and we lose focus on the goal. We lose focus on the narrative. God has me to tell you all today, it's okay. If you can't agree to disagree, if you can't agree on things, it's best to separate and move on. There may be a time where relationships get mended and reconciliation begins, but until then, agree to disagree. Amen. This is your boy, Brother Brian Hilliard, came with you with some words of encouragement. I pray that this has been a blessing. Share with others. Until next time, I love you. Peace.